DESIblitz.com.
I just met Shawty from the west side. We were chilling by the pool, she wanted more. Now she's sitting in my lap, is she naughty or nice? Is she naughty or nice?
Our love for music began, I would say, back in middle school and high school when we started playing musical instruments like the saxophone, drums, violin, guitar, piano. We played a whole bunch. And then obviously when we started listening to R&B singers like The Weeknd, Chris Brown, Trey Songz, Drake. So I think a culmination of all these sounds and also listening to Bollywood music definitely shaped our love for music. Yeah, I know exactly. Basically, I think how my love for music began was hearing artists like The Weeknd, in the early days, like 2014, 2015. That's really what made us want to make music. But even before that, artists like Sade or like even Michael Jackson, like artists like this really inspired us to look into music and take a deeper dive into what R&B and music is really about.
I just met Shawty from the west side. From the west side. Now she's sitting in my lap, is she naughty or nice?
So the qualities that make our sound so unique, I would say, is the fact that we blend like a mix of Indian and American styles. So we have styles like that are similar to the American R&B scene, and we have styles that are similar to the Indian Bollywood like pop scene and R&B scene over there. So I think that's the main unique factor. I think qualities that make our sound so unique, especially it's I really think it's because we're twins and that there's two of us, and it's kind of like a game where our fans can try to decipher whether it's him or me singing at a certain time in the song. So I think that's what's really cool, and most artists don't get to have that kind of like situation.
Naughty or nice? I just met Shawty from the west side. From the west side.
So we played instruments from elementary school to high school, and then in high school and in college, we started learning like how to sing by ourselves. We trained ourselves. So I think the fact that we played our instruments by ear, and then when we learned to sing by ourselves, that kind of had like a very huge impact on our creative freedom and the way we just freely sang.
Baby, come with me, oh yeah. I'm tryna get that thing. She was tryna get some this. Now she fell in love with me. Now she want a wedding with me.
Yeah, so we came up with the name The Moonlight because our last name is Chandani. And I guess when you're speaking in Hindi, it's Chandani, the way you pronounce it. So I think everyone knows that Chandani means the moonlight. It's a direct translation. So that's how we got our name. And, everything about the moon, we have a huge tie towards the moon. We have a huge love for anything related to the moon. So, and I think our music also correlates very well with what the moon vibe signifies. Yeah, and the way we kind of came up with the name, The Moonlight, it was actually really interesting. We actually used to go by a previous name called Love Kush, and when we were Love Kush, it was going well, because of the Indian twins, Love and Kush, but people in America didn't quite get it. So we had to come up with a name that was mysterious, R&B, unique, and luckily our last name meant the moonlight, literally. So I think that was really cool. Yeah.
Make your mind, it's not the time, so let's press rewind and rework the night.
The song Naughty or Nice was inspired by Sledgren, the producer. His first production, when he first sent us beats to be on Wiz Khalifa's album back in 2018, Naughty or Nice was one of the first songs we ever recorded on a Sledgren beat. So I think that fact kind of inspired us to make a song that was very like energized and very new to what we usually sing about, because back then most of our songs were very slow and chill, but this was the first beat we received from Sledgren that we could play in a club or play anywhere. So that definitely inspired us. Yeah, and I mean, the way we kind of linked up with Wiz, first off, shout out Sledgren for discovering us truly and introducing us to Wiz, because that was the main turning point in our career. It started from Sledgren, went to Wiz, And then when Wiz heard us, he really thought our sound was very unique and eclectic. So we already finished 5 songs with him. So this song, Naughty or Nice, really has been like a culmination of all these songs that we've done with him. And he's learned how we record. We learned how he records. And I mean, it just came together so amazingly.
I just met shawty from the west side. We were chilling by the pool, she wanted more. Now she's sitting in my lap, is she naughty or nice? Is she naughty or nice?
You know, before this track was made, since late 2017, early 2018, we've been really close with Wiz and the whole team. But after being in the studio with Wiz for like 100 times, there was one day where Wiz was just like, "Yo, do you guys have anything for me to record on? Do you guys want any features from me?" So we just pulled up the song and he loved it, and he stood up in the studio and recorded it right there and then. So the fact that he really liked the song, and he wanted to do it right there and then, that was just a very special feeling for us. You know, we never imagined that that kind of situation would arise. Usually it was more like a setup where our collabs would happen, but this was a fully natural way of collaborating, which was great. Yeah, and we definitely shot the video for that Wiz Khalifa track as well. It's out right now on YouTube, so you can go check it out. The Moonlight, Naughty or Nice, featuring Wiz Khalifa. And it feels really cool to say that because finally it's our song featuring him. In the past, it's always been Wiz Khalifa featuring The Moonlight, so it's been pretty crazy. But yeah, the standout moments from that video shoot, I would say, you know, it was a 6-hour shoot. The first 4 hours, it was just us two, you know, finishing our parts. And then when Wiz walked in, the whole vibe changed. It just felt crazy that he was there, and we were in his presence in that video style format and setting. So it was really cool.
I just met shawty from the west side. From the west side. Now she's sitting in my lap, is she naughty or nice?
I think the qualities we've picked up from working with artists like Wiz, and Megan Thee Stallion and Travis Scott, Roy Woods, everyone has their own way of working. So we have our own way of working. Everyone compliments us in our style of working. They always like to observe it because we're twins, so they love to see the whole twin dynamic. But I think from Wiz, we learned to work very quick. And even from like Roy Woods and Megan, like these artists, they're very, very professional in their manners and the way they work. So they have a very fast style of delivering like top quality content. So when we first started, it would take us like 2 weeks to write a song. But now we can write a song in half an hour to an hour to sometimes 2 hours by ourselves. Yeah, and I think other qualities that we picked up from working with artists like Wiz and Meg, you know, it's been pretty crazy, especially being in the studio with artists like them. It's definitely a really big privilege and an honor. And Wiz would always tell us to record faster. He'll be like, "I'm going to go eat my dinner in 20 minutes. I'm coming back, have 2 songs done, like 2 full hooks ready. I'm going to come in and record my verse or verses." So he definitely inspired us to work faster. And I think that's really helped us, especially right now where time management is so key. Yeah, I really think our South Asian roots play a part in our music. You know, that's the whole reason why we are so unique, is because we have these Indian raga style melodies that we were born listening to. We were never trained in any sort of music. We were never trained to sing. We were only trained to play musical instruments. So I think the fact that, you know, our sound comes off as so fresh and new is because we are Indian, and because you know, we incorporate a whole versatile set of sounds. So I think that plays a huge role. Yeah, and I definitely think our South Asian roots plays probably the biggest role in our music. It really sets us apart, and people always tell us, most of our fans will listen to our music, and you know, upon the first day of discovering us, they will say that I thought it was Arabic, or I thought it sounded Indian. Like, that's really crazy. I don't really hear this kind of stuff, especially sung in full English with those kinds of beats. You don't really hear that. So the South Asian roots definitely plays a huge role and sets us apart tremendously. We have huge goals. Our goals are, be the biggest duo ever, be the biggest duo artist, twin duo of all time. And hopefully that inspires other twins and other siblings to start making music together, or to start doing other activities and other passions together, because there's no other, it's just always amazing when you have siblings to pursue your passion with. Yeah, and I think our ambitions in music, will definitely stay true the whole way. We definitely want to be the main duo and twin group known to the world. It feels great that we've been accepted by artists like Wiz Khalifa, Megan Thee Stallion, even Indian artists like Emiway and Ika. So it feels great to be collaborating with all these artists, and we definitely just want to keep working and going upwards, and making people realize that we're here to do, we're here to make the R&B sound really stick in the Indian culture, because it's not really super apparent right now. We have probably 100+ unreleased songs. We have 7+ unreleased videos that are fully done, high quality, ready to go. And in terms of collaborations, we have songs with Travis Scott, Megan Thee Stallion, more songs with Wiz Khalifa, songs with Roy Woods. We have 8 songs with Roy Woods. He's signed to Drake. He's an artist that really inspired us. So working with him was definitely a big thing for us. Yeah, and other future projects that you can expect from us definitely include Indian albums, more work with Indian artists. Like I mentioned before, there's Raja Kumari. We definitely want to work with Emiway again. We're in talks with Badshah, Guru Randawa, Suki. So all these artists, we really want to get some more working with them, because we feel that our English hooks and our English verses and melodies can really, mesh really well with all these Indian artists. And it's been apparent since, Body Language with Ika and Emiway and Night Rider with Emiway. So we definitely want to just keep going and keep collaborating across the world. Yeah, thank you so much for having us.